can only use it for its intended purpose, which is keeping the keeper in the underworld. You can't use this to kill people with, because if you do, you make the problem worse.
Don't use it on anybody but the big bad.
Yeah.
Okay?
You have to wait till the boss level. Verna is like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Because she still didn't know about the Stone of Tears. That was never on her radar.
Yeah, which I had kind of forgotten because it seemed like, I don't know, not everybody knew, obviously, but the people, like, in the inner circle all seemed to be in on it, but I guess Verna wasn't trusted enough to be in that inner circle before now. So.
No, not her. She's mean. We'll wait. Richard just ignores her, though, because at this point, I told you all of this when you got me.
Oh, just that there was, like, bigger shit at play.
Yeah, the Keeper and the Stone of Tears. Like, he explained all of it to her.
He didn't tell her about the Stone of Tears.
Well, no, not about the Stone of Tears, but, like, he explained to her he was concerned, for good reason, about the Keeper getting out.
And the Skreelings.
Yeah, all of that. And she just dismissed it. Like, hey, I tried to tell you before, but you weren't listening. So now, whatever. Yes, this is a thing. Keep up, Verna.
Yeah. We're going to get my shit now. Come on. One more time, Nathan tries to talk reason into Richard and say that Anne let him have the love of a family so that he would understand the meaning of life and be able to make the right choice when it was a hard choice.
Yeah.
And Richard says that he's not going to let the love of his life die because of a riddle in a goddamn book, but thanks for his help. And I hope I see you again because we have a lot to talk about. I really feel like Richard, Zed, and Nathan all need to have like a wizard camp week where they can just like be together and chit-chat around a fire and some s'mores uninterrupted for like 7 days minimum.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's you and your grandpa. Like, they have to have knowledge.
And your great grandpa.
Yeah, to pass on to him that would just be invaluable.
Yeah.
And not only that, just the bond, because they're the raw men. That's what's left.
Yeah. And, like, just stories of, like, shit that happened. His family members and shit. Like, I don't know. It would be very cool. They could all hang out in their robes and be comfy all week, and it would be awesome.
So, back in his room, Richard dumps all the coins into a bowl in his pack. It's the least the palace can do if it helps Kaelin. Nathan says that the gold lulled the boys into laziness and harmed their humanity, and maybe that was why Jedediah turned to the Keeper. None of the boys worked and had no knowledge of the value of unlimited gold. No, and I mean, we've talked about that. They really don't. But this is also making a case. This is Wizard's second rule in action right here.
Yeah.
If you give somebody gold, they'll get lazy and then they won't work for it. But this is Richard getting, like, free money, and we're not worried about him not working or doing his job, and he's got some pretty important shit to do.
Yeah.
So...
Because he's got his head tied on right. So he can handle it.
So as long as you're a superhero, and you're well-meaning...
I think maybe it's the fact that it's limited, because he's leaving, right? So it's not a long period of time. He's taking the free gold to benefit him right now.
So, if you get a big chunk of money with a limit, then it's fine?
Maybe.
Well, sign me up.
Stimulus, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
This is just Richard's stimulus.
This is his stimulus check, that's right. So Richard checked on shit from the balcony and saw guards and sisters still searching for the 6 Sisters of Dark. Say that 5 times fast. Holy shit. They were going to have to deal with it without him. He didn't know what to do. Like, you know, I killed one, but I can't go up against a group. I had a hard enough time with one. Apparently they have this magic sword. Not anymore, I guess, but...
Yeah.
It's not good. I'm not the guy who's going to be able to fight all of these people.
Yeah. I can't use my magic, but there's other people here who can, so let them fuck with it.
Yeah, gang up on them. I'm 1, they are 6. This should be easy enough math. Yeah. I at least need 5 people. They'd be a regular magical 6-pack.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. See how that works?
Yeah. I think I do. Does that mean that we get to indulge in a magical 6-pack?
Well, it should.
Because it's time for the beer break?
Do you have bacon? No? Then why'd you bring it up for? Yeah, it's time for the beer break.
Yay!
So today, we might have had this one on the show before, but we found it at our local Meijer, and I wanted to get it because I am a huge sucker for peanut butter and jelly beer. It sounds weird, I know, but it's 9 times out of 10 delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So we have PB&J from Shorts Brew. It's a stout brewed with like peanut butter powder, blended with ale, brewed with blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries. So it's not like grape jelly, which does change what I think when I read PB&J. I'm like, oh, grape jelly, but not.
I think they did a good job with the fruits. I think that they all come in there. You can kind of taste them all. And yes, it is different than the regular grape jelly. I think where this one kind of falls short of, say, PB&J is that they are using peanut butter powder. So the peanut butter doesn't hit the way that you want it to. Because, like, you drink PB&J and it's literally like you have peanut butter on your tongue. Like you licked peanut butter.
Creamy.
Yeah.
You can get I don't know how it translates from beer to like creaminess, but it's there. And in this one, it's not really there. It's not a bad beer.
No.
But I got to say I am just a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
I would definitely have it again. We'll probably end up buying it again, but there is better out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That, and I like raspberries, and there is raspberries in here.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's a good saving grace for this one.
So we're going to grab another one, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey guys, Nate from All the Things, and I want to talk to you a little bit about 4 Acre Freedom. So 4 Acre Freedom is a family-owned and operated one-stop shop for everything that you're probably already looking for. They've got vinyl-laid shirts, they've got hoodies, and don't forget your beer koozies. Those are, like, essential. We have some, actually, with the All the Things logo on it, and they look pretty sick, just saying. They've got custom-made rings and jewelry, which Jade and I also have, and they're fucking badass. We got these ones, you guys, it's like stainless steel, but then there's a core. Jade's has like meteorite in it. I think mine's got like dinosaur bone in it, and they glow, and it's like, they're fucking cool. I can't do it justice with a microphone. You guys really have to see it. Again, we are going to post these on our Facebook page so you guys can get a better look at them. They're awesome. He can do custom woodwork and signs. Like, you want a badass grace or a quote, or even like a picture of something from the book, he can do that. He's got a thing that just like, it'll etch it all out on the wood. Real fucking cool. You get exactly what you want every single time. He can do leather work. You want a custom sheath for your knife, or perhaps your sword of truth. You need a new belt. He can do that too. I mean, you could put those two things together and probably make a scabbard. Just saying. And also they have farm-to-table bread, candies, and confections, which are delicious. I have tried them. Look, here's the thing. Everything they do is of the best quality. And it's all literally handmade. This is not that kind of shop that just buys a bunch of shit cheap online and then you get cheap stuff for a little bit more. No. The value is there. The quality is there. Everything they do is awesome, and you should check them out for yourself. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and of course, you can check them out at 4acrefreedom.com. High quality, handmade. And we're back with more peanut butter and jelly beer, and ready for the conclusion of this chapter.
Heck yeah, we are.
So Richard hears the door and thinks it's Verna, but instead, it's Pasha coming at him with an air attack. The thing that we saw Marge split in half with at the beginning of this book.
Yeah.
So fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
And he was only sick because he's like blown back, and there's this railing. Of course, he's on this. What's it called? It's like a fancy porch up high.
A balcony?
That makes me sound, yes, a balcony, a fancy porch. Wow, that's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so, of course, he's out on the balcony, which makes this 100 times more dramatic, because if he falls, he'll die.
Yep.
So he gets blown back into the railing, knocks the wind out of him, and he almost goes over.
Yeah.
And Pasha keeps, like, blasting him with this air. She hits him in the head. He cracks his head really hard on the stone railing. The second time, she almost sends him right over, but eventually he falls to the floor from just exhaustion and pain, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and he's like bleeding profusely from his
Yes,
dome.
profusely.
Yeah.
He sees the spray of blood come out of his head, and he's like, that's not good.
Well, shit. Meanwhile, Pasha's like screaming at him the entire fucking time.
You just hit me in the head. What?
That's it. Yeah, he sits back and he's like, what the fuck?
Should have done that. If now you want to have a conversation, you hit people in the head, they get all fuzzy.
Well, she's shrieking at him that he's the keeper's spawn. He hurts people. Apparently, Elisha told her that he serves the keeper and killed Liliana.
Of course she did. I mean, I did kill Liliana, though, so...
Yeah, that did happen, but...
We talked about that before, just enough of the truth
Yeah.
to be like, you did kill Liliana. Oh, so she must be telling me the truth.
Yeah.
But he did because she was bad, not because he's bad.
But again, he should have been covered in blood when he came back from the woods.
That's true.
So...
There was some fuckery there, but context matters.
Yeah. It should have been very obvious that he did that, but yeah. Richard tries to tell her that Elisha is Lady Sod, and of course, he said...
That was a lot. Sorry, go ahead, try that again.
And of course, she said he would say that.
Ah, yes.
Well, like, Pasha said that Elisha said that Richard would say that.
That. Yeah, no, I trust you. I think, yeah. Mm-hmm. We're good.
He also killed Vanilla and the prelate, and Richard is still reeling from the head injury, and is like, no.
No. Hey, I'm bleeding. Can I get this taken care of?
Yeah. Like, we could do the whole, like, you putting me on trial here thing in a minute. Just, like, let me absorb the blood, at least.
Yeah, he could say, I don't remember. You hit me in the head.
Who are you? I don't remember anything.
She claims that the keeper's tricks saved him. When he gave up the coat to humiliate her, that she should have killed him there on the bridge to save everyone. She failed the creator when he tricked her into killing Perry, but it won't happen again. What the fuck? Pasha tried to kill Richard.
Yeah, so her reaction when she saw him come back from the woods, and she was like, Richard, I thought, and she didn't finish her sentence there, right? That was her trying to say, I thought I just fucking stabbed you.
I thought I killed you. How the fuck are you here right now?
Oh, that's not you? Shit.
Oops. Motherfucker.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's just, yeah, no, that's perfect. But we knew it was weird when he showed up.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, what are you doing here? Why?
What do you mean?
Yeah, and Richard's obviously talking about he just had a battle in the woods that she doesn't know about. And she's talking about the fact that she just thought she killed him.
Yeah. That
her face must have been so perfect. Like, all right, got that taken care of. She turns around, and then he's looking at her like, what's going on?
Shit. Yeah, it makes it a much more humorous scene when you look back on it afterwards. Richard's coming back a little bit, and he's like, hey, this is all lies. I can bring you to the prelate. Like, I got her. She's over there in the room. Like, have you been listening to the palace at all overnight, Pasha? Everybody's been talking about what's going on, okay? She screams that all Richard ever thinks about is killing, and she can't believe that she ever thought she loved him. She dives at him with the dacra, and he pulls the sword and struggles to only see one of her, because he's, like, seeing double, triple at this point.
Yeah, he was just hitting the head really fucking hard. He can't focus.
No.
The other thing that stuck out to me here was the fact that if you love me, why are you trying to kill me? And granted, you might have been driven to that, but still, what the fuck, Pasha?
Also, that for such an old woman, she's so fucking easily swayed by everything. Like, she's so immature. It's ridiculous. And maybe it's because, like, the Sisters of the Dark had influence over her in one way or another, but it's still like, oh gosh, you need to grow up, Pasha.
Well, we know that she was taught in the beginning of this book that you don't have to be super smart.
Right.
If you're
that's
pretty,
true.
that's pretty
Don't
much
think
all
too
you
hard.
need. Yeah. So that's probably the way she's going.
But this is also the second time in this chapter that Richard has been knocked dizzy, so he's unable to defend himself.